cool. Right, so let's see if we can get one or more of these production lines in. So we're going to take... now, how are we going to do this? So okay, I think we're going to do it... how are we going to do this? Because... I'm thinking like 1, 2, 3... Yeah, I'll probably do it like that, actually. To give us like the maximum amount of space. 1, 2, 3. Then that needs to go into an evaporator. So that's going to have to go like that, I guess. Yeah, that's going to have to go there. Then we want what? 2 more dissolvers? Yeah, I think so. So a couple more dissolvers can go like there and there, and then we can bang in just a couple of pill makers, a couple of pill printers, and we're done. Wow, that kind of went in easier than I thought. So, boom. Right, let's take belt. So, oh, hang on, we actually want these over here. So, double click to move. Put that there. There we go. So, this is going to come out here into this one, then round into this one, and this goes into the evaporator into dissolver into dissolver, and this dissolver goes up to this pill printer and to the next one, and finally done. Right, so we've got another production line in for a level 2 drug, and bear in mind, like if a level 2 drug is selling for twice as much, then it's like putting 2 production lines in for a level 1 drug. And if you think about it, so we've got like what, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the equivalent of putting in 8 production lines for level 1 drugs. Which makes a massive difference. Both usually to your profits, but certainly when you're doing revenue-based missions. So here we go, and there we go. Right. Okay. Right. So we, you know what? Let's crank this up, and let's see what our profit situation is once this settles down. And like some of these. Oh, hang on a second. We need to make sure that we've got the drugs coming in. This one isn't, or is it? Or is it? So the drugs, yeah, they need to import raw fortis. Okay, so that one's coming in, that one's coming in. This one, yes. This one, I can't even tell. Yeah, it's coming in from over here. This one, yes. This one, yes. This one, yes. This one, yes. Okay, right, so we've got more running now. Right, let's put this on double speed. Crank this up. And we should find, with a bit of luck, that once these production lines all like get completely going, we should be making some pretty decent cash. So this is producing drugs now. This one's producing drugs. This one, where the hell do they even go? This one goes out to there, so this has still got a way to go till it finishes producing. And this one, oh, these are getting close. Oh, these are going into the pill printers. Oh, here they come. So we've got 2 more lots of drugs to come out. That should put us into a profit situation. So there we go. So that's 1 more. And here comes the next one. And another one. Right, we've got an event. Oh, look at this. Wouldn't you know it? A competitor to our migraine ease medication. Damn them. Damn them to hell. Okay, we're making a profit now of like 250. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, pause. We've discovered a new ingredient, which we'll go and, you know what, we'll go and, oh no, well, this is an antidepressant, and that's a good one. We've only got to increase that by 1, and we can sell that straight away. So that's very good news. We'll go and look at that in a second. And we've done all of our research. So we've got alternative delivery and all the rest of it. So there's all of our scientists back. We've got our ionizers, we've got our agglomerators, And if we go up here, we've research basic auxiliary and alternative delivery. Now, I want creamers for sure. So we'll get creamers going. Just in case we produce any drugs that have got side effects, it's really important to have a creamer. Multi-mixer is probably a damn good idea. So we'll get that going. The shaker is a good idea. Now, for this mission, to be honest, with the drugs that we've got, let's take a look at this. You know, I'm actually kind of tempted to get some upgrade points and upgrade these guys. But I don't know. I'm also very tempted to hire more scientists and get a lot more done. So, because I'd love to get started on like the autoclave and the cryogenic condenser. So I'm very tempted to get started on advanced processing. Very, very tempting. But I'm just thinking, see, looking at the ingredients, like, do we really need that much stuff? And we've got this one explorer. If I hire one more explorer, we can get started on this this moon fern, which is no bad thing. I'm also wondering about getting some upgrade points to get these. If I was worried about profits, then I would definitely do it. For the mission that we're on, I don't think I'm going to bother. Right, let's go take a look at the cures and see, are there any other upgrades that we want to do? Now, if we've got this catalyst, then we could potentially upgrade to an anti-seizure drug, but you know what, for an anti-seizure drug, that's for a level 3 drug, that's not a huge amount. This is pretty darn good, but this antidepressant to upgrade needs a catalyst, same catalyst as this one in fact. Let's go and have a look at production. Let's go and have a look at the ingredients and see. We don't have that catalyst on any of our existing ones, but this has that catalyst. This has a different one. And this has the same one. Now this requires 4 explorers. I must admit, I'm kind of sort of tempted. But you know what? We're going to get that catalyst here. I think I'm going to stick with this and just see what happens. Yeah, I think so. Right. What else? What else should we produce then? Because we want to keep producing. We've got 59,000 to spend, and we've got 2 more loans that we could take out if we wanted to. We've got the ionizers, so we could try upgrading treats diabetes medicine to cures hypothyroidism, which that's actually not a bad idea. Now that means, so treat diabetes and 10 to 12. So let's go and have a look at their ingredients. Treat diabetes, we need to get this up to 10 to 12, which would mean, yeah, okay. You know what, let's do one of those. Yeah, let's do one of those. I'm going to take out a second loan, so I'm going to go for the next biggest one, which is this one. That's 100,000. It's only 160 days, which means we're still in a profit situation, even if I take that. Right, so what did I say? We're going to be importing this, and then we've got to increase it by 4. I think, no, was it? Yeah, treats diabetes and a concentration of 10. So, yeah, okay. So let's go to production. Right, where are we going to do this? We need a place where we can do this. I'm thinking over here. Right, let's buy this, buy this. Okay. So, we'll import, what did I say? We're importing the treat diabetes medicine. Yeah, bring that in, come on. Come on, stay focused. And then we're going to take an agglomerator, because we've got to go increase it by 4. So we'll take an agglomerator and do that. And then we want to increase it by 1 more. So we'll take an evaporator, and we'll put an evaporator, let's see. Oh, good lord. Let's try that again. There. Cool. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hook that up with a belt. Hook that up with a belt. Now, what did I need to upgrade it with? I can't remember. So I've got it to a concentration of 10, and then I need to run it through an ionizer. Okay, so now let's run it through an ionizer. Where's my ionizer? Here's my ionizer, and I'm going to put my ionizer there. Cool. Right, now if I hook that up, what we need to do is now run this on and see what the drug looks like once we've done the upgrade in. Oh, and you know what? Let's just pause that for a second, because I'll put this in a stupid way. Let's put that like that. That's better. What a bonehead. Right, let's put that there. Okay. Let's take it off pause. Here we go, and let's have a look at the ionizer, and right, pause this. Now we are going to have this nasty side effect, but that nasty side effect can be removed with an agglomerator, and we're going to run this through an agglomerator. But you can only remove it if you... Okay, so the prerequisite for removing that with an agglomerator is that it's at a concentration of 5. So if we ran this through a couple of dissolvers and then ran it through an agglomerator, we can actually remove this effect. So the question is whether it's actually worth doing that. If it was a level 1 drug, I definitely wouldn't do it. For this one, I don't know. Probably we'd be better off just running it through a creamer. If I'd got the I think the autoclave. No, the let me show you. If I go to research, not the autoclave. If I'd got the cryogenic condenser, which doubles the concentration, then I might consider doing it. But I don't think production-wise it's going to be worth doing it for this. So I think I must admit I'm torn, because I do like getting rid of the effects. Like I really do. How close are we to getting the creamer? We're still a long way away, aren't we? Yeah, we're only like 14% of the way there. Oh man. You know what? I'm really tempted to do it, like just for the hell of it. Although, like, why am I worried? Again, focus on your objective. I'm not worried about the profitability of the drug, although it will sell for more. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to do it because it, like, for nothing, if for no other reason than it's fun. So what am I going to do? I've got to drop it down by 2. So we run it through a dissolver twice. So boom, boom. And you know what? I'm going to put them a bit further over. Put them there. And there. There we go. Right, so this will go into this one. No. This will go into this one. And then this will go into this one. Right. So we've got it down. Then I need to run it through an agglomerator. So let's take an agglomerator. Alright, and this should remove the effect of the drug. And we're going to have this way. Oh, yeah. Okay. So let's do that, and I want to take a look at it when it's in there. So let's run this on, and let's see what happens. So this is going into here. So that brings it down to 7. This will bring it down to 5, and then in here, hopefully, yeah, we've removed the effect completely, which is pretty darn nice. Right, so now all we need to do is get this up by another 3, and we've got a damn good drug to sell. So let's get an agglomerator, and where are we going to pump this out? I guess there, and then we want just a couple of pill printers is all we need. So yeah, how about there and there? Why not? You know what? I'm actually going to move this one to that side because it just gives us a little bit more room. Again, I could move this over if I really wanted to, which again leaves more room in this area. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So let's move you over to there. Okay, so this is going to... I'm just wondering if I should move this over. No, you can get silly about these things. So then that's going to come out here into this pill printer. That's going to go into there. That's going to come out the door. That's going to get hooked up to this. Boom. And again, I could have put these pill printers like over there, and that would have left more space. But well, I think we'll be okay. Okay, let's just pause it for a second. We've got research complete. Right, we've unlocked the creamer. That's good news. Let's just take a look. We've got 2 guys free that we could get working on. Do I go for advanced processing? That's the question. And this autoclave. You know, I think I'm going to. So let's hire 1 more scientist and get them working on advanced processing. Like, what the hell? Why not? Why not? Okay, let's go back to production. We've got a couple of events. We've got a competitor to our Diabeto mate. Bit of a shame. And then we've got a product that's in direct competition with our Skye migrainees. Dear oh dear. Competition is hotting up. We've got to name this drug. Hyperthymate. That'll do. That'll do nicely. Right, and we're back into a profit situation, which is always nice. Right, so let's take a look. How are we doing? Revenue is coming along really nicely. We're making, look, this is selling for 300. This is selling for almost 300. This is pretty damn sweet. So you know what? This cures hyperthyroidism. That's I gotta say, that is a pretty damn sweet drug. The easiest migraine is more profitable. So I think what we're going to do, let's pause the game. We'll check out. So we've researched the multi-mixer, and we've unlocked the shaker as well. So we've unlocked both of those. I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to keep these guys hanging around and rack up some points so that we can upgrade some machinery. Because just to increase our profitability a little bit, I don't want to be running in the red. So let's go back to the company. The most profitable drug is this migrainees. It's also like very close to the hyperthymate in terms of the revenue. So, and it's a class A drug, right? So I think we should make more of this migrainees. I really do. So let's go back. Migrainees. Now where the hell is migrainees? Where's the factory? Right. I think is this the migrainees? Yeah, this is the migrainees. So this is simply 3 of these guys. Now these can be replaced now with an ionizer. But you just need to check that if you look at this ingredient, right, you have to look at this and see, like, is anything going to be changed or messed around with if you use a different machine, right? So each one of these, if I click on them, costs 10 to process. If I use an ionizer costs 35. In other words, it's an extra $5, right? But it takes up less space. So the question is, like, if I reduce the amount of space, could I produce more drugs? And in this area, the answer is no, because I'm limited by the number of ports that I've got, right? Even if I reduced the space, wouldn't make any difference. So you know what? Yeah, we're just gonna like buy up this area. So what do I say? It's now over here, because we're a little bit more cramped for space, I'm going to use an ionizer. So it's an ionizer, and then into an evaporator, and then 2 dissolvers. So ionizer. Yeah, oh dear, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? I guess because I want to ideally feed it out this one. How about if we do it like that? What did I say? Ionizer and then into an evaporator. Which is going to have to be kind of like that. and then into 2 dissolvers. And our dissolvers can go there and there. And that's it, isn't it? It's ionizer, evaporator, 2 dissolvers. Ionizer, yeah, evaporator, 2 dissolvers. Right, that's it. And then it's out the door with a couple of pill printers. Alrighty. That is a really seriously nice production line. So let's pop. Now it's coming in through this one, isn't it? Yeah. So we just want like there and there. Boom. Alright. Cool. Hook that belt up there. That goes into there. That goes into that dissolver. Into the next dissolver. Into the pill printer. T-junction. This one goes straight out the door. T-junction. Boom. And we've got another production line. Right. All we need to do is import the drug. Now, which drug am I importing? It's a damn good question, because I can't actually remember. Go back to the production and check, because there's nothing worse than setting up a production line and finding out you're using the wrong damn drug. It's this one over here, which is the raw fortis. Yeah. Okay, so let's import the raw fortis. Come on. Now, obviously, we're making a lot of this, so it would be really good if we could bring the price down on this. So let's import that. So that's that one. That's that one. We want one more. So we're going to do the same kind of deal. So let's take an ionizer, which I'm going to put like... how am I going to do this one? Let's do it like this. So let's have the ionizer there. Then we need an evaporator, which we can put there. Well, that kind of works. And then we want, what did I say, 2 dissolvers, which, ooh, we're going to have to do these, I think, kind of like that. And then we just run it through a couple of pill printers and we're done. So, there and there. Boom. Cool beans. So, drug comes in there, out of the ionizer into the evaporator, evaporator into the dissolver, second dissolver, and then into the pill printer. Boom. Hook it up to the outside world. Boom. Done. Right, let's take our painter and we'll just paint these belts so that we know that this is a level 2 drug. Both of these. It just helps when you're kind of trying to find stuff, especially later in the game when you've got like a lot of production lines and stuff. Now, what's this? This is a different one, isn't it? Yeah, this was this complicated pile of garbage that I put in. Yeah, let's skip lightly over that one, I think. Right. So have I imported this drug? I don't think I did I? Did I? I don't think I did. Import. There we go. No, I didn't. Okay, so that's being imported. That's being imported. This is that one, which we don't really care about too much. Now, you know what? I think at that point, let's kick it off, right? Because that's going to put us in pretty darn good shape, like straight away. An extra 2 production lines. So that's like an extra 500 per day, which is pretty damn good. Let's just watch this until these get through. So this is coming around here. It's about to go into the pill printers. This production line here, yeah, about to go into the pill printers. Right, that one's now producing, which is awesome sauce. And this one's producing. Right, what are we up to now then? So we're up to like 300, 330, 350. Okay, so we're up around the 330 level. Okay, cool. Let's go have a look at the company. So we're already up to a total revenue of 300,000 in the last 12 months, and that's obviously going to keep going up. Our migraine ease drug, we're still making really nice profits on it. The price has dropped a little bit, but that's fine. It's because we're making so much of it, which is kind of not too much of a surprise. Now we should probably look at making some more of the others, there's kind of no reason why we shouldn't. Now, this treat diabetes drug has gone up. Hang on, let's pause the game for a second, because we've got a new ingredient.